And good day and welcome back to the Constitution Line by Line. I'm Paul Fabrizio.
And I'm Don Frazier, and we're now into Article 3. We've already talked about Congress. We've talked about the executive branch. Now we're into the judiciary.
Yes, we are.
And Section 2 of Article 3 has a lot of semicolons. So it's not
clauses.
Clauses. It's clause part A, B, C, D, E, and F, and it is essentially an enormous run-on sentence again.
Yes.
Just goes on and on and on.
Did the framers know English?
Oh, they knew English. They also knew law. And they said, well, throw a semicolon in there and drag some more stuff in. Just in case anybody's curious. Yeah.
Okay, are we ready?
We're ready. What's our first part of this?
We're talking about types of cases. The judicial power shall extend in all cases in law and equity arising under this Constitution, the laws of the United States, and treaties made or which shall be made under their authority.
All right, so starting with the last, they've got jurisdiction over treaties.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, what do you say about this? Where it says the judicial power shall extend in all cases in law and equity. Law is referring to common law.
Yeah.
And equity is referring to an attempt by someone to stop a potential harm.
Okay.
Okay, so you get an injunction so that someone doesn't bulldoze your property.
Okay.
For an example, that would be an example of that. Beyond that, I hate to say it, this just makes a lot of sense. Any cases that arise out of the Constitution or the laws of the United States.
Well,
now
we're establishing jurisdiction.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about. So if you break a law that's written by Congress, signed by the president, it's going to be handled by federal courts.
And this hints at judicial review,
It
doesn't establish judicial review.
Right.
That's established by precedent.
Yeah,
And that's a different way of making law.
Judicial review is not established by precedent.
Well, it establishes a precedent.
It establishes a precedent. Yeah. And this is an important point because this does hint at the concept of judicial review, the power to determine the constitutionality of an act. But it doesn't quite go there. And so John Marshall was willing to take that step.
Well, because what this says, if you break the Constitution, well, first of all, is the Constitution, this part of it, even legit?
Right.
Or is this law that you say is a violation of the Constitution, is it in fact constitutional?
Right.
So you have to take it a couple more levels in.
Right. And then you think about it and you go, okay, beyond that, which part of the Constitution are we talking about? And that's where judicial review comes in. Well, it belongs under this area as opposed to this area.
Correct.
Think of how many cross-references we've made so far.
Oh, so far, absolutely.
Yeah, and so you got to
militias here, militias there, militias there. Yeah.
Which does it actually apply to? What are we talking about?
Okay.
So, this is just an example of what we're going to encounter through the rest of this this long clause, this run-on.
These are really mechanisms and jurisdictions.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I can't think of anything else what to say here.
Well, that's fine. We kind of laid it all on the line with the last episode.
Yeah.
So we can probably move through these with a little more alacrity.
Ooh.
So that's our line. We'll come up with the next line next time. Thanks.